That is a very inflated number. That's with bonuses over the past years. That's not my base salary. I will take the insurance so that way at least I know it goes to the kids. Versus if I give her the money, I don't know where that money might go, and then one of the kids may not have insurance.
I told Abel that I couldn't afford it anymore. I lost my job last year, and I told him I wasn't going to be able to afford to pay half of that. When I buy something or spend money on them, he goes and just redoes it. And then whatever I spent my money on with the child support money, it goes to waste.
Manager Coach for the Attorney General's Office, Your Honor. We're here today on a modification. And so at this time, Your Honor, the prior order had Mr. Hernandez carrying the health insurance and dental, I believe, and the child support was set at $2,565. There's 3 children on this case. At this time, Mr. Hernandez is gonna ask for a deviation, Your Honor. So Mr. Hernandez is making a gross monthly income of $22,097.20.
Can you repeat that? The dollars and cents didn't escape me here. 22 what?
$22,097.20. He only has the 3 children with Miss Brown. He is carrying health and dental still. The health insurance is costing $214.02. The dental is costing $36.98. He has no other children, which puts the net resource at $15,893.24, Your Honor. And the child support guideline would be $2,760, Your Honor. However, Mr. Hernandez is asking that Your Honor deviate from that and leave it at the $2,565. The reason he's asking for a deviation, Your Honor, is that he would like to use the difference between those numbers, which I think is about a $195 difference, to pay for the car insurance for one of the children. Mr. Hernandez just bought 2 cars for the twins. I think it's for their twins. And he paid cash, so they're paid off and they need insurance. And so he believes that it would be better if he used the difference to pay for the car insurance because he does not believe Miss Brown will do it. And so at least one of the boys would at least be covered with car insurance. And Miss Brown is asking for guidelines, Your Honor.
And gosh, I'm not even thinking right now, but this doesn't meet the statutory cap yet of any kind. And I think it's going up September 1, but not yet.
Right now it's meeting the current cap, Your Honor. So we've already capped it.
Yeah, okay.
And so that's the child support at the capped.
Okay.
And I
I
think that's
just
it.
had to ask that for the record. Okay. Then we'll have a hearing on a $195 difference. But that's okay that y'all can't agree on that. Okay, that's what I'm here for. Ms. Coates made her opening statement. Now, technically you're here representing yourself, so you would have the right of opening statements, but you're also going to testify under oath. So I don't want to hear everything twice. I'll hear it once. It's just more efficient that way. So I'm going to ask Ms. Coates to call witnesses. She'll pick who goes first. I'm going to ask the other person not to interrupt you. Don't interrupt while the other person's talking. If you have something you need to say, write it down so you don't forget it. But the proper time to say it is not to interrupt when somebody's testifying. It's when it's your turn to testify. Of course, unless you have a valid legal objection, you can object, but not to just tell your side right at that moment. So try not to talk over each other. I'll have to stop you because I won't be able to hear it. Anyway, I'll stop you because the recording would be a garbled mess. So one at a time. Ms. Coates, you may call your first witness.
Yes. The state's going to call Mr. Hernandez.
Okay.
Mr. Hernandez.
Yeah, I want to start saying I'm a committed caring father, and I feel like the child support is meant to ensure children are provided for, and I've always taken that responsibility seriously. However, I believe the significant support that I already provide, I do so much more outside of that. I do want to say—
wait, Mr. Hernandez. What this is a question and answer format. Okay.
I forgot to tell you that part too. Let's say
Okay,
ask
okay,
questions.
go ahead.
After you answer all their questions, if there's something you didn't get asked or answered, you get to still talk, but I'll deal with that in a minute. Testimony, yeah.
So, Mr. Hernandez, I understand that you've been able to keep up with your current child support of the $2,565. Is that correct?
That I've been keeping up with it, yes.
Okay. And I understand that you're not denying your income. Is that correct?
I do want to mention something about that. The number that was stated, that is a very inflated number. That's with bonuses over the past years. That's not my base salary.
Okay. I don't know if it was explained to you, but do you understand that the law states we have to take all forms of into
Okay.
consideration?
Okay.
So knowing that, do you understand why we came up with the information that we did?
Was that last year's salary?
I don't know what she did, Mr. Hernandez, but let me
Okay.
ask you this. If the judge was to order the guidelines of the $2,760, is that something you can or cannot afford?
The 2,760, that's the $194. That would be tough. Yes.
Okay. Are you saying it's going to be tough because if the judge orders this, you're still going to pay for the car insurance, or what do you mean?
Well, I countered offered. I guess I have to find the good. It's like this. And the judge orders that I'll find a way.
Well, this is important because you're asking the judge to stay at 2,596. You just said you couldn't afford the extra 194, but now you're also saying you would like to use the 194 for the car insurance.
Yes, and I can afford it. Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay. So, let me ask this again. Whether the 194 is applied to child support or car insurance, can you afford the extra 194 a month?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you would prefer it's 195-ish for a difference, but you are asking that instead of it being all applied to child support, you're asking that you be ordered to pay the car insurance for one child
Correct.
and that your child support stays at the 2,565.
Yes.
Okay. So recently you just bought vehicles, is that correct?
2 vehicles. Yes.
And you paid cash for them?
Correct.
And did Miss Brown help you with those vehicles?
No.
And how much did those vehicles cost?
$3,500 a piece.
Did you contact anybody to see what the cost of an insurance would be?
Yes.
And what was it?
That's around $185 for him, for one of the twins.
100 and what? I'm so sorry.
85.
That's cheap for a teenager, or
That's for a teenager. Yeah. Usually it's like
liability,
200.
is it liability only or something else, or
No, I was full coverage.
full coverage? Okay.
Okay. So just one child, full cover. Had you talked to Miss Brown about these vehicles before you bought them?
Yeah, she knew that I was buying the vehicles.
Okay, did you talk to her about, like, consequences sound bad, but what what that entails? Like, hey, I'm gonna buy this car, it's gonna need insurance. Are you okay with helping me? Us both going. Did you have that in-depth conversation with Miss Brown before you proceeded to buy cars?
On the first one, I bought the car. She is covering the first car now under her insurance.
Okay.
The second one, we have not finalized who's going to cover the insurance on the second car.
But was that a topic before you bought the second car?
It was a brief topic over text messaging, but it was not finalized.
Okay.
The latest was a text message asking if I was going to cover the insurance. And I said, we would discuss that after, through the court.
All right. And is there any reason for you to believe that if you were ordered to pay the $2,760, that Miss Brown would not spend it appropriately, meaning covering the car insurance or getting the boys shoes, backpacks, whatever they need, because that's what child support's for. So is there any reason to believe that she would be misappropriating those funds?
Do I think it would go to the boys? The answer is I don't think it would.
Okay. And why is that?
She's indicated to me that she's behind on her house payment by 3 or 4 months. So I just, for example, the latest thing is school supplies, and they don't have that just yet.
Have they started school already?
No, ma'am. Tuesday.
Okay. And have you gone and bought the school supplies then?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm in the process of buying backpacks and actually purchased their shoes for them. She asked me to purchase Carson's shoes because she wasn't able to at the moment.
And so since she's behind on payments for her house, which she told you, correct? Did she tell you in a text message, or did your sons tell you? How did you know?
She told me.
Okay. Since she's been behind, are you the one that's been making up for what she needs for the children?
I mean, she owes me approximately $500 in other expenses, whether it's medical bills or shoes or signing them for, football. That's her cost that she owes me. And that's been well over 30 days that she hasn't paid me. So I've been fronting all the other, the medical bills or the doctor visits, the copays.
Okay. And so
Is that
that's why you're
100% of the
asking.
co-pays, or is it your 50%?
It's supposed to be 50-50,
And you've been covering what percent?
all of it right now.
100%. Okay.
Apologies, Your Honor.
You'd be back. I knew you had to return.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Hernandez, that's all the questions I have. So if there's anything else I didn't ask you that you believe the judge should know at this time, please.
Yeah, no, the only thing I will say is, I feel like I've been going beyond child support. I've even purchased the braces for the kids, the twins. That was all covered by my expenses. I pay for all the haircuts and just other things. So I just wanted to say that I feel like I go beyond just my child support money. That's all that I have.
All right, Your Honor.
Remind
I don't
me
have
how
any
old
questions.
The twins are?
16.
They're 16. Okay. How long have you been paying child support?
I think in this October it'll be 7 years.
And you've never been behind?
No.
And you've always done extra?
Yes.
Do you have any idea? And I'll ask more specific if Ms. Coates doesn't know Ms. Brown, what her income is compared to yours? Is it equal or significantly less, or what? Do you have any idea what her income is?
Are you asking me?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
You
no, I
testify.
don't know. I
You
don't
don't.
know which. Yeah, I think she works a part-time job or full-time job, but I'm guessing $20,000, 15 if I had to guess, but I don't know. That's been none of my business.
Okay, and out of curiosity, what's your line of work?
I oversee transportation for a steel mill company. I'm a logistics manager.
The district manager, okay.
Yeah, logistics.
Oh, logistics, I'm sorry. And it's been steady for you. I guess you've been in the business for a while, and that's why your income is more than.
I've been employed with them by 27 years.
Okay.
And I know we talked about my income. Yeah, last year going off that was a good bonus year. Again, this year is not going to be good, with the economy. But with that said, that's not my base salary. But yes, Hopefully that answered your questions.
Okay, and you really don't, is it your concern that you're gonna definitely have to provide car insurance because you don't think she is, or
That's
why?
correct.
But why do you think she would leave that child uninsured with
Well,
a,
there's two, right? So if she's having problems paying bills today, and I don't know how she's going to take on, take on that extra cost. I mean, I knew she couldn't assist with cars, so I went and got the boys' cars. I knew she couldn't assist with braces. She didn't pay 1 cent for the braces. And if she owes me $500 now, or she's choosing not to pay, or she just can't pay me. So
okay.
she tells me it's because she don't financially have it to pay me.
What if the other insurance lapsed? What would happen? Well, what do you think would happen between the two of y'all? Who would cover it?
They would look for me to cover it. If her insurance lapsed, if she
Yeah,
stopped paying for the car insurance,
if the insurance she has on the other twin
yeah, but
lapsed for some
the
reason,
kids will look for me to pay it.
they don't have part-time jobs or anything that y'all are looking to.
One does not, but they had part-time jobs in the summer, but school's about to start in football. They're not going to be able to work. Maybe on the weekends.
And you're not saying Ms. Brown was opposed to the cars, like because she wouldn't be able to afford the car insurance, or it's going to require gasoline money, it's going to require maintenance, all those things come along with cars.
I've been paying some gas. I'm not saying she hasn't, but I've been paying for some gas, and I paid for the oil changes. I mean, that's kind of looked to me as to do it because I'm the one that has a steady job.
So it's not just the car insurance, but she wasn't opposed. She didn't say, no, don't buy
No,
cars because I won't be able to do this. And then they're going to be let down by the fact that, you know,
no,
she didn't say that. So you think she did consent to the purchase of the cars?
absolutely. And I'm sure I can find it in text message. She knew that we were going to get the cars.
Okay. But even for the cost of the cars, I guess they're in pretty good shape, or you wouldn't have bought them, so they're going to last at least through their high school years.
Yes, they're 2015, 2013 Ford Explorers with one of them's got less than 100,000 miles and the other one's closer to
Okay.
200.
Okay. But then it's not just about the one car insurance, it's about all the other stuff you have been doing and you intend to continue doing.
Absolutely. It's about my kids. I'm the parent. And so they come, I help out so much. And as you can tell, I keep giving, I got the medical costs and I'm not getting my half back either. I just keep fronting it.
But you don't think that even the 195 would make a difference in her life and less of a difference in yours with all the extra stuff you're doing anyway, that
I think she would just look forward to me to continue giving more and more to my kids. So I think we're unclear, as far as yes, I do have a good paying job, but I shouldn't be punished, especially if it's about the kids. I continue to give to our kids. Right? Outside of this, I've been paying almost 7 years in child support and I still give.
okay. But it's that big of a deal, $195, that big a deal that you really, 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 really need the credit.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I will take the insurance so that way at least I know it goes to the kids. Versus if I give her the money, I don't know where that money might go, and then one of the kids may not have insurance, or both of them may not have insurance on the car.
Okay. Anything else you want to say, Mr. Hernandez?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then Ms. Coates, next witness.
The state will call Ms. Brown. So, Ms. Brown, did you have a conversation with Mr. Hernandez about getting a second car for the other twin?
We had a conversation about the first car, and we talked about splitting the cost of that. He went ahead and bought it. The second car, he said he was thinking about getting it, and then my son, who it's going to go to, said that he was going to help pay for it. That his dad, he talked with his dad about making payments on it to him. And then that's all I heard about it.
Okay, so did you help him with the first car or the second car? Did you give him money? Did you talk about that? What?
The only thing I did when he bought it, I got the insurance on it for Matson, and I've been paying the insurance on it. And I had to get the title transferred, and I had to get the inspection up to date. It was 6 months past due, so that accrues of late fees.
Okay. Well, what I'm asking is, on the first car, I just want to clarify, did you two decide together to get the car, and that Mr. Hernandez would front the cost for the first car and that you would pay him later?
No, we didn't agree on that. We talked about splitting the cost, and then he bought the car, and I never heard anything else about it. He said that I could pay the insurance, and so that's what I did.
Okay. And what about what he had to say? Are you behind on your, I guess, mortgage or rent, or
I'm not behind as of today. I'm up to date with everything on my mortgage.
okay. And so he's offering to pay the insurance for the second child, with the difference between what he's currently paying and what the new child support would be. Is that an issue?
Is it an issue that he would pay?
Yes, like, is there any reason for you, like, not to accept that, like, to deviate? I mean, you're entitled to guidelines, but is there a reason why it would just be better for you to receive the full guidelines and whatever is needed for the boys, that you just have to go off of the child support?
I hear what you're saying. And my answer is I would rather have the money to myself to help pay for what I need to pay for the kids. The insurance is high already. We have a third child that's going to be there as well. We're, to get a car. I know that Abel says that he's done, or I won't, I'm just answering this question, right? No, I'd rather him pay the amount that you're asking.
Okay. So then let's talk about I guess how he's, I guess, been covering a lot of different things up front for
Okay.
you.
I don't
So
know. I know that I'm behind on some money that I owe him, and that is due to Carson, our youngest son, being in a gymnastics class that was pretty expensive. And I told Abel that I couldn't afford it anymore. I lost my job last year, and I told him I wasn't going to be able to afford to pay half of that. He continued to keep Carson in gymnastics for a couple more months and says I owe him money for that, which I disagree because I told him I wasn't going to be able to pay for it. And then we finally stopped. He wasn't going anymore. And as far as the doctor visits, I take the kids to all their doctor visits up until yesterday when Abel took them to an eye doctor appointment or something. The haircuts, yes, he does take them to get haircuts because he doesn't like where I take them. He doesn't like the clothes that I buy them. Nothing is high end enough for him. So when I buy something or spend money on them, he goes and just redoes it. And then whatever I spent my money on with the child support money, it goes to waste because the kids don't want to wear the shoes that I bought them. They want to wear the $120 shoes, which I told Carson, by the way, that I was going to send you the money for. I just couldn't because I got a new phone and my money, I can't get to my bank for another 5 days in my phone. And my bank is in San Antonio. So,
okay, Ms. Brown, hold on. That
yes.
really didn't answer my question.
Okay, what was your question?
Okay. Mr. Hernandez claims that you owe him some unreimbursed medical and
do.
dental.
I do.
Okay.
I do owe him some money for a few doctor's appointments.
Okay.
Not many doctor's appointments. And I really don't believe it equals to the amount of $500. I think he's adding the gymnastics cost onto that.
Okay. So I don't know what the cost is. We're not here to really fight about the unreimbursed,
Right.
but have you started making those return payments to him?
Um, no, I mean, I was trying to make my mortgage payments, but I do plan on paying him, and he knows that before I lost my job last year, I always paid him back.
Okay,
Correct,
so
Abel? Yes.
no, you can't ask him questions
Okay,
yet.
sorry. Yes,
Okay.
I always pay. I don't like owing people money. I don't borrow money often. In this case, it's not a case of borrowing. I guess I owe him money, and I know that, and we have that all on a spreadsheet. He's got it on a spreadsheet, so he's welcome to send that to me. I don't know of many doctor's appointments I owe him money for because I
Okay.
usually take them to the doctor.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask further questions. Okay. I just need a yes or a no.
Okay.
So where are did you get a job now?
Yes, I'm a relief veterinary technician.
Okay. And are you paid like an hourly or a salary?
It's an app, and you go in there and you have a radius of however many miles you want to go, and it will show you different vet clinics that need help and how much they're going to pay, and they're all different. So you don't really have a set income. I could make $2,000 one month and then nothing the next month. So I'm still looking for a better job while I'm doing this. It's a
How long
pretty
have you been
competitive. Oh, 30 years.
like at this exact job or?
No, with this job, about a year. I started last September.
Okay. So it's kind of like an Uber app, but for like a job for like
Similar.
for vets, or I guess you go and help out
Vets and
veterans.
techs, yes.
Yes. Okay. What were you doing before that?
I was a full-time, or actually part-time vet technician in Seguin.
What exactly is a vet tech? Or
Uh,
like a veterinarian and not like a veteran
right,
military?
right, correct.
Oh, okay. Um, okay. So knowing, I guess if judge was to order the extra 195 essentially, um, you know, would that be enough, uh, to take care of all three of your boys with that amount? Or at least
Uh,
most of it?
it would help, because it would go to it would be split, in categories of owing Abel his money back, right? And then whatever the kids need, insurance would be one category, and then whatever else they would need. All the child support goes to them, plus some.
Given that you're kind, you kind of have an iffy job, uh, you don't think it would be better if it was ordered that Mr. Hernandez was ordered to cover at least one of your sons? That way, you know that at least one son is covered on the car insurance and that it is a binding order and he could be held in contempt should he not pay for the car insurance.
Would he? No, I don't agree with that.
Okay. Um, I can't think of anything else. Is there anything else you would like to say that I didn't ask, that you think the judge should know?
Um, I just like to say that Abel does do some extra things. He did buy the braces. I can't afford that. Okay. He makes more money in a month than I make all year long. Okay. I pay for what I can pay for. And he harasses me to pay him And this, I mean, when did, I don't remember when Carson stopped gymnastics, but that's when I started getting behind because of the loss of my job. And that's not Abel's fault. It's not our son's fault, but it is what happened, you know, and I did what I could to get more work, and I got a job, you know, granted it's a part-time job and it's not stable. I'm still looking, but I'm doing that while I'm looking. And for him to, he tells me that I don't care about my children because I don't want them to go to a better school. I don't choose the school they go to. I don't choose if I can pay for gymnastics or not. I don't have the money, you know, so I tell him I can't give you something I don't have, Abel, you know, but he knows that I'm going to pay him back. He knows that. I've always paid him back. This is just a really tough time for me. But I haven't been to the eye doctor. I lost my job, you know, in this, and one of the main reasons was miscounting pills, you know, and the reason that is because I can't see, the labels are so small, I can't see. I haven't been to the eye doctor since our divorce in 2019 or what, 2020, 2019. And I need new glasses, but I can't afford it. That money goes to my kids. I haven't been to the dentist since we got a divorce. That money goes to the boys. At some point, I have to take care of myself because I'm important to those boys too. I'm doing the best that I can. And you know, if Abel could help out that much more, whatever he can help out would I'd be grateful. It doesn't go, I haven't had my nails done, you know, I mean, and I'm not complaining, I'm just saying I used to get my nails done. I don't do that anymore. I do it myself. Everything is done here with no money. Okay, so I don't know what that money means to Abel, but to me, it means a lot. And to me and the kids, it means a lot, you know, especially if I have to pay half of the shoes that he said he bought were $120. That's not what I budget out shoes to cost in our family. Over there, maybe that's what it is, but I can't keep up with that. And that's how the clothes are. That's how the shoes are. That's how everything is. And I've always paid him half for whatever we agreed to pay half. I have always paid him that. Fees that I owe him money for, he's going to get the money for that. As soon as I get my tax return comes in, it's going to be paid back, which will be in the next month. That's all I can say. He's painting a picture of me that I don't do anything for my kids. I do a lot for my kids. I take them to all their doctor's appointments when they're sick. I get them to school, you know, and I pick them up from school. And so recently, Matson got the car, and you know, and I heard that the cars cost $1,000, not $3,500. So I don't know where that came from. The first one says it was a gift, you know, so I don't know that anything was paid for. Both the vehicles came from his parents. So $3,500, I don't know about that. I wouldn't have agreed to pay half for that. I know that because I wouldn't be able to. But an 11-year-old getting $120 shoes, I just don't see how that's very smart thing to do. He's going to outgrow them. And then what? We're going to buy him another pair of $120 shoes? I can't do it. We shop at Ross and they shop at, you know, the Nike store, wherever they want to go. I can't pay half of all of that. I can pay half sometimes, but not every time it's time to buy them something. I can't afford the high end of everything with a low paying job.
Your Honor, I don't have anything else.
Okay, I got confused a little for a minute. I thought the cars were going to the twins since they're the oldest. Is that what happened?
They are, yeah, the twins.
Okay, because I also thought I heard the second car was going to the younger one, but now I find out the younger one's 11. That can't be right. So
Oh, no.
no, okay.
No.
So the twins are both getting cars. They're not sharing a car. Okay.
Right.
Do you really think that he will just stop helping you if you don't get
I
any
have asked,
child support?
let me tell you, like Abel asks me to, he's out of town more than he's in town. Okay. So there are many weekends that I need to watch the kids for him, to keep the kids at my home. And I always say yes. But there's been a couple of times that all I needed was money to pay for my mortgage, like a $200 to pay for my mortgage. And then I would pay him right back because they have to take it out of my bank account. And the money's not in my bank account. It's like on me. So I said, if you transfer some money into my bank account so I can pay my mortgage, I'll give you the money. And he always says no. So yes, I think that if I fell behind, it would be on me.
So if I ordered the not extra, the guideline amount of child support to you, you think the second child will go without insurance? Car insurance?
No, because we'd just have to get rid of the phones or get rid of something else. We'd have to do something to make it happen.
Okay, well, it sounded like he's been fairly generous, especially with the income he has, and now I hear a picture that's not as generous as
Oh
all
yeah, of
the
course.
income.
He's very generous.
Well, you just said, then he says, no, I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out which is
because he's not generous when it comes to me.
it. Well, tell me, do you have an idea what you make monthly or annually based on whatever you do?
I could make $3,000. I could make $1,000 in a month.
But when you file your tax returns every year, you don't remember what you made
This was
last
the
year?
first year I had to file self-employed, and I didn't know how to do that, and I didn't know that it cost a lot more to do it that way. So I tried to do it myself, and every time I would submit it, they would reject it because of some other reason. So I kept having to get this form, that form, and I finally got it submitted last week, and they accepted it. So it should be less than 21 days that I get my return.
No, but I'm
But
asking
it's
you,
going to be a lot less than I usually get.
how much did you claim as income on even self-employed income?
Well, part of it was from my job that I lost. So it was like, and that was only till March.
But you can't tell me a number, how much you make every year, roughly, generally, average?
Oh, every year I make about 24, 22, about what he makes in a month.
And that's always been the case in y'all's relationship before and after?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to say, ma'am?
Another thing he might not be thinking about is I didn't ask for alimony during our divorce, and I was going from considerably backwards from where we were.
Okay, well, I can't change that. I'm trying to figure
No,
out
I'm just
what I am now
saying
and what I should do.
I was not asking him for that. So I just thought that would be a plus for him, but I guess it's not.
Okay, do you see any more big picture line items for the children coming up besides cars or orthodontics or whatever they've already done or already?
No, not really. Unless the second twin, the other twin doesn't really want to drive. So I don't know how good of a driver he's going to be. He doesn't practice. We need him to practice. So I don't know if we're going to run into a lot of accidents or not. Hopefully not.
Well, hopefully one of you gets the insurance then.
Yeah, we will have
Necessary.
insurance. It's the law, isn't it?
Okay. Anything else, ma'am?
He was talking about him paying gas. I fill up the gas tank once a month for Matson. So I contribute there.
Last the
Oh,
whole month or not really?
what's that?
Does it last the whole month, like one gas tank?
Oh, no, but that's what I promised him that how I could help out. He has a job, and in in my opinion, he should start paying for something, start paying for something of his, whether it's a portion of his insurance or his gas. If he's going to go out, he
Mhm.
should pay that. Um,
Okay, I think I got the picture unless
Yeah.
there's something new or different you want to tell me.
no.
No. Well, I need to give a chance to Mr. Hernandez to reply now that he's heard Ms. Brown's testimony. Just pretty briefly, sir, do you have anything you need to dispute or anything else you need to say since what you've heard Ms. Brown's testimony to be?
No,
No?
no. I mean, I think we heard that, yes, we heard the story, and I'm just gonna leave it as that. I mean, I feel like I'm financial, even if I give the 190, we'll just leave it as that. Like, it's not gonna go to the kids. So that's it.
But with the little income she makes versus you, and I'm not saying, I'm not trying to make a judgment on that. But you don't think most of that would go to the roof over their head, the food on the table, and just clothes on their back, just bare minimum? And that she's not living a lavish lifestyle with her income or your child support? I mean, are you telling me, did I miss something, or is that what you're saying?
Well, I think, she's been living on, I mean, as you said, every bit helps, but me willing to take on the insurance is gives that, I guess, stability and security that one kid will have insurance. So that's, I mean, is my proposal of, hey, keep it the same. I'll pay the insurance. That'll give her insurance for one of our kids. So
Okay, and they're minors. If something happens and there's no insurance, didn't you have to get car insurance when you took the cars off the lot? That wasn't required.
He
no,
bought the car. I'm sorry.
we bought them from my parents, and and on this other car we still have insurance. So that's what we're trying to figure out, who's going to cover the second vehicle insurance.
Okay. Okay, anything else, Mr. Hernandez? No. Then the last thing I need to do is, it looks like there's no other witnesses, Ms. Coates, that you're calling.
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
And technically, you're here as your own representatives. You don't have lawyers, but you're acting as your own lawyers. You have the right of cross-examination of any other witnesses. So, Ms. Brown, do you have any questions to ask Mr. Hernandez on the issue before the court, the limited issue before the court? Anything specific that's a question that you feel he hasn't been asked and hasn't been answered that would be relevant?
Um,
And it could be.
no, I mean,
If
not
yes, it
aside
would
from,
be, if you have any questions, isn't it true that something, there's gotta be a question. Do you have any questions to Mr. Hernandez?
isn't it true that in the past I have always paid you the money that I owe you for half of whatever you pay?
Yeah, you have paid me, but it's been over a year now that and the cost is not gymnastics either.
What has been over a year?
You owe me some money, but it's nothing to do with gymnastics.
What is it? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
Remember, we share that app, and I put the
Yes.
receipts in. Okay,
Yes.
so just take a look in there, but it's medical. Just take a look at it. I mean, you have access to it. Colton spines in the wrist brace, just things like that. Football that we signed them up, that we agreed for the boys to play football, medication. Just take a look at it.
Okay.
Yes. Have you paid me in the past? Yes. You're a little behind. You are behind.
Okay. And in the time period that you say I owe you money for over a year, I have paid you for other things, like half of football. I paid for football.
No, ma'am, you haven't.
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay, and it's not a question of disputing each other's answers. Just ask the question, let him answer, and move on. I got
Okay.
the
I'll
slide
show
before.
you, Abel. Yes, I have paid for things in the past year. I have reimbursed him for some things.
You're now testifying. Do you have questions for him? Just specific
No.
questions? Okay, Mr. Hernandez, do you have any questions for Ms. Brown?
No.
Okay, State, you have any argument? closing argument?
No, I'm, Your Honor, honestly, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna have to say we're gonna have to defer to your judgment, Your Honor. The state has no position. We're gonna defer to your many years of judgment.
Well, I usually don't get this kind of a dispute ever with this small amount involved. It's big bucks or little bucks, but this is something different that I don't normally see. Anyway, Mr. Hernandez, I see so many cases where the dads make nowhere near what you make and they barely pay their child support. They're always behind, or they owe thousands and thousands of dollars with interest, and it's going to be their entire lifetime to get through. Now that I get somebody like you, that's a blessing that you're even in court and you're willing to do as much as you are minus the 195. I don't have any argument with what you are doing and with what you are trying to do and what you have done. And I see it and I want to commend you for it. All of that. And you want to say something, may as well let you say it before I finish. What?
I've gotten remarried and I have other kids too, especially kids that are about to get in another car. So I'm trying to take care of my kids and also I've restarted a
Your
family.
stepchildren, that,
Yes. Yes. And so I also I'm trying to take care of them too. And that's all I want to say. So I know that probably this is about my current kids today. But yes, I've started a new life and I have other children too to take care of.
and I guess you're saying that she's severely underemployed and she should be doing more? Is that anywhere near what you would say if I had asked you
About who?
about Miss Brown?
Oh, I mean, my personal opinion doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. Then, I just want to point out the fact that this is not the kind of cases I usually get, because if you're talking about I already forgot, $2,500 versus $2,700, it's an $195 difference. Most people would not be in my courtroom. But here we are. And Ms. Brown, I don't know what you're doing or not doing it, but I don't think you're giving him enough credit, because I see too many cases where it's nowhere near what you've got and what you're getting, and you don't need to reply. I'm not asking you to reply. I know where you're coming from, and I know you're struggling if you're not making anywhere near as much. In fact, you're barely 20 some odd
I'm
thousand.
barely surviving and I don't have anyone helping me aside from him. And said from the beginning that he does do extra things, but that is his choice.
I'm not
And I
asking.
appreciate it, but he can't come back and tell me that I'm a bad parent because I
I
can't
didn't hear
pay him.
that. I didn't quite hear that. That maybe it's money management, but you don't have enough money for kids that have a higher lifestyle because they've had that.
That's right.
Y'all already get. I get all that, but I'm just trying to make a point here that y'all are neither anywhere bad off in most of the cases I see, and so I want you to have some
I
perspective on
understand
that.
that, but if I have a
I'm
choice
not
whether to
asking you
get
to interrupt me anymore to
Oh,
tell me
I'm
before
sorry.
you testified, you're done. I heard it, okay? Consider me having heard it. I've heard a lot. I've given you probably more time than most judges would, and I still have another case, I believe. I've wrestled back and forth. Oh, he's gonna pay extra, he's gonna do more, he's always done more, why just not carve out the 185? But on the other hand, your income and you're struggling, and I'd like to follow the law and consider that I follow the law. Although I want you to know that guideline does not mean it's set in stone. It can be varied from, and that's why you're both entitled to a right to court to come in here, ask for what you're asking for, which is why I've entertained it. But given the overall circumstances, I'm just going to order the guideline support, Mr. Hernandez. I don't think it's going to kill you. You might cut back on a pair of shoes once a year or whatever, or pay the insurance anyway, or make sure the kids don't go without, because they'll know what kind of father you are, and that's a good role model for them. I have no issue with you at all, but on the money front, I'm gonna do what I think I'm supposed to do, and I'm gonna order the higher amount, which is the guideline amount. And that number was what again, Miss? 2,760, Miss Coates?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me double check.
You're not changing the number on me. 2,760 a month. Did you have a start date in mind?
September 1st, Your Honor. $2,760 starting September 1st.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. If you think it's worth the appeal, you file the appeal on me, sir. That's not a problem. Or start over in It's called a de novo appeal, so if you have more testimony, you think I didn't hear enough or hear it all, you can take it to another court and put on a whole different case and see what happens.
Okay.
So do y'all want the de novo appeal rights of what they are and put it the attached to the order, or y'all
Yeah,
not?
can you put it with the order?
Absolutely. The big thing that does count is the 3 days time period in which you have to file it. You miss the deadline, you're out of luck. And 3 days starts from the day you get the written order that has my signature on it. So I'm ruling today and I'm telling you in open court. However, you don't even have the order yet, and they won't even have it on file before the 3 days elapse. And it's 3 business days, weekends don't count. So that's from which you get the emailed order that has my signature on it. That's when the 3 days start. You have to put it in writing, what you're appealing, exactly what you're appealing, not just, I don't like what she did. And then you have to file it at the district clerk's office in Cobell County. You also have to send copies to all the other parties, including the mother and the AG. If you're filing it, and mom, if you file it, same, but vice versa to dad and AG. And you're not done with that yet. You also have to call the district clerk's office and get a court date in front of the elected district judge within 30 days for a hearing to be had. If you just wait there for them to call you to give you a court date because that's their job, no, it's your job to get a court date and keep the case going. And if you could miss anything along the way and then you're out of luck, you don't get your appeal heard. So I'm trying to be honest with you and give you as much information. However, I'm not your lawyer, and there'll be a reminder. It's fairly, it tells you what the law is and where to find it, and it does tell you your rights, but the 3 days appeal, it's not real specific on that. And it does tell you call the district clerks for further stuff, well, to get your court date. But there is something that can remind you, and you can look up or talk to a lawyer real quick, or well, if you didn't write it down, there's ways to find out. Call the AG, you can't call me. So the de novo appeal rights summary attachment, you'll also put on the order, Ms. Coates?
Yes.
Okay, and then that'll be the order of the court. Nothing else was in dispute, correct? So I'm also approving the agreements that father is carrying and continues to carry the medical and dental insurance on the children. And you'll put the cost of the cost that he pays for that in the order. And then that's been credited to it in order to get the calculation of the $2,760, correct, Ms. Coates?
Yes.
That's been covered, and no other biological children. So it's
Correct.
3 children here, and then did you do the stair step numbers, or you'll do them now before they leave?
I'm sure it was done in the order, but
Well, since I don't know the numbers and I don't want to surprise them with numbers, it's like, even if you have twins, one of them might graduate earlier, something like that. It doesn't normally happen, but either they'll emancipate together and it drops down, but it still would go from 3 children to 2 children or 1 child, in case one of the children doesn't finish school with the other one of the twins. So, as I'm talking, are you calculating those, or are you finding your
I
notes on
I have
that?
to sign back in. We normally don't do for when
Well,
it's
you don't tell
twins.
me, but it does come in with that's the law. You do the step downs for child support for the remaining children. You'll do that on this one.
Ma'am, what was that? Explain to me.
Okay, the law is, with 3 children, I think the percentage would be 30%, 20, 25, 30% for 3 children. Then the older one of them emancipates first, then it goes down to 25% for 2 children of your resources. And then the last remaining child is 20%. So that's
Okay.
how it steps down. So, but if the twins graduate at the same time and they have the same birthday, then they'll both emancipate at the same time. And
Yes.
child support for the 30%, 25% will go down to just 20%.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Got
yeah.
it?
Because it's
Okay,
yeah, 2. Yeah, I got you.
now,
Okay. For
then
two,
okay, go ahead.
it's $2,300. For 1 child, $1,800.
I didn't hear it cut out. 1,800 what?
$40?
40, 1840. Okay, I don't think those numbers will change. Usually they don't tell me, but it's an automatic thing. Their computer does, and I would look for, but on this case, I need y'all to know that it does step down as the children emancipate.
Yep.
Okay, and that might help you when two kids are out of the way and you only have one left, and two at the same time are emancipated. Okay, were there any disclosure issues or are you taking a position on cost, Ms. Coates?
No position on costs, Your Honor, and no non-disclosure issues.
Okay, so your information will be published in the order, so you each are required to keep each other informed of any changes in it, but it will be the order the state's authorized to put it since I'm not granting a non-disclosure finding that it be protected. And then court costs, sir, you've done enough. I don't need to drag a few extra dollars out of you for court costs. You've been a good non-custodial parent, so I won't zap you with the fees just to get to court to pay more support. Anything else, Ms. Coates?
No, Your Honor.
You have any questions, sir?
No.
Any questions, ma'am?
No.
Then the state's gonna draft the order, send it to you by email. Anything coming from the Texas Office of the Attorney General is this proposed order. You get to look at it first and see if there's any errors or things you don't understand. You call the state. You can never call me to ask me things. I can only see you in an open courtroom on a case. So you review it, consider it priority homework. It's already Friday. It's already after 1 o'clock. I don't know if they'll get it out by 5 or not, but look anyway, it's starting at 5 and maybe on Monday at the latest. I try to give it about 1 week. So by next Friday, if you haven't signed it, I will hoping they turn it in to me so I can sign it and get an order, because I'm not only approving the agreements here, I'm rendering an order on the contested issue. And so that means it becomes my order. You walk away, you can't change your mind. It's now my order, but you do get a chance of reviewing and signing off on it. If you choose not to, that's fine. I tell people when you contest an issue and you didn't win the argument, I tell the AG to put it to your signature as to form only. That means you acknowledge that's what I did, but you didn't agree with it. So that doesn't prejudice you in any way by signing the order, should you be appealing it. So if you can do that, that'll help. If you still don't want to sign it, they give you a period of time, but by next Friday, I hope to have it. So it goes quick because I don't wait for 30 days, or I try not to. That's too long. We have too many cases, too many orders that need to come through the court, so I need them fairly quickly. Questions on that, or any reason you couldn't, if you get it by Monday, even Tuesday, that you couldn't sign it by Thursday, Mr. Hernandez?
No.
Okay, or Ms. Brown?
No.
Okay, then I won't change anything on that, but that doesn't mean you come to court or do anything. I'm just expecting the AG to submit the order in a week. It comes quicker if you sign it. If you don't sign it, they'll wait at least a week before they turn it in. Okay, then that's all I've got to say. Thank you, folks. Good luck to y'all, and you got to keep raising your kids. You have no choice but keep doing the good job you have been doing. You heard it from the court, okay? Don't let this
Thank you.
be a wedge between y'all. Go ahead and all you have to do is click the end meeting buttons, leave meeting, you're done with court. Thank you. The parties have exited the virtual courtroom. That'll conclude this hearing. I'm gonna stop the excuse me, the live stream first.